Let's try out the new supplies I got. So I didn't get much, I just got a couple of these tubes of acrylic. I've heard really good things about the Lukas acrylic, but I haven't tried it before. So I got this lavender to replace my pale violet. This is a colour I really like and I use a lot by Winsor & Newton. And this looked pretty much exactly the same, so I thought I'd try it, just see what it's like. I got this colour Fern, which looks a little bit like a primrose kind of colour, like a nice light yellow. But just got it, just to see what it's like. These are pretty affordable acrylics, but you have to get them off Jackson's. I haven't found them in the shops before, so let's just give them a little swatch and see what they're like. This looks very similar to the Winsor & Newton one. I like it when you get acrylic in a metal tube. It feels like something you don't really get anymore. They always come in plastic now. I really like both of these. They've got a little bit of a smell to them. I think it's them. Yeah, they smell, they've got that paint smell. That's what they look like. So I'm pretty happy with both of them. That looks very similar to the Winsor & Newton one. It might be a little tiny bit lighter. That's the Winsor & Newton one next to it. I just like this colour for shadows. It's just like a surprisingly useful colour, but yeah, it's like a touch lighter than the Winsor & Newton one. And then the main reason I did the order was for some new neocolour 2s. So about a year ago I did a review of, they live in this little pot now. I got the Warm and Cool sets of neocolour 2, and I think they each came with 10 colours. One were all warm colours, one were all cool colours, like curated sets. And since then I've used them a little bit. I've been using them more recently, but I just wanted some more colours because I do like them, but you know, it's pretty limited. So I got some new ones because they were on sale. Just some kind of colours that I felt I was missing. So some more kind of darker colours. So I got grey, chrome oxide green, cinnamon, saffron, mauve, dark olive, ultramarine blue, raw sienna, olive brown, moss green, Toledo brown, aubergine, beige, periwinkle blue, and light olive. So some greens and purples and earth tones, which was kind of missing from this collection. Yeah, I think I'm gonna swatch the new ones out, and then I might make a colour chart with all of my colours together for the neocolours, but I'll just quickly swatch them out so we can see what they look like. I really like these colours together so far. I'm just like quickly swatching them out for you guys, and I'll wet the second circle because they're water soluble. But I quite like this palette together. It's very, I like my kind of magical colours, you know, like purples and greens and blues. But I also like kind of earthy autumnal colours. And I feel like that's what this, I've like accidentally made a palette by just sort of picking colours that I like the look of. So far I will say they're all very consistent, but this one is a little bit chalky. This Toledo brown feels a bit scratchy. But yeah, I'm excited to wet them because they get much brighter when you wet them. Let's that's what they look like dry. Let's activate them. I'm just doing it very lightly with this brush, but if you scrub it you can get rid of the lines underneath, but this is a really soft brush, so I'm just kind of going over it very lightly. Yeah, these are great for if you like to work quickly or do some mark making in your sketchbook. I like them for just sort of experimenting and playing about. But yeah, I love this accidental palette of mine. Really like these colours together. Yeah, that brown one seems a bit gritty. It's not bad, it's just different to all the others. Okay, so there they are, wet. Yeah, so far I can say I'm really happy, but I think I'm going to make a colour chart with all of my neocolours together because that would be really handy and be a good reference for you guys as well. So I think I'm going to go off and do that, and I'll show you afterwards. So I went off to just do a boring kind of grid to swatch the neocolours out on, and I ended up doing this. So I've seen a few other YouTubers do kind of creative swatching, and I thought it was a really good idea, but also I didn't know if I could be bothered to do all that. But I thought, you know what, I've been really enjoying drawing seashells recently, and it might be really fun to make kind of like a poster, but it's also a swatch chart for my neocolours. So I don't know how this will look, but I think it might be a cute idea and it might make a cute print as well. So I counted my colours out, minus this one. This just lives with them. I just drew some shapes. I've just done them really simple. And for reference, I used some of my collection. I have quite a few seashells that I've collected over the years, and also this little book that I recently got. And I don't think I'm going to make them realistic, but just for kind of ideas on the shapes and patterns. They're not any particular seashell. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use them diluted as like a watercolour to start with, and then I can use them to draw like the patterns on top, so it'll show what they look like when they're just a crayon as well. Again, I don't know if this will go well or not, but I wanted to try it and I wanted to show you guys. I'm going to go get some water and then we'll start swatching these in. Okay guys, let's look at the final piece. If I can fit it all in camera. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be doing this again. It took way longer than I thought it would. I think this would be fun if it was like half the colours. But I do like it, I think it looks really cool. And I didn't label them yet because, I don't know, I think this might make a cool print. But yeah, that's, each one of these is a different colour. And I think it looks quite effective. So my initial plan was to kind of use them as a wash and then use the actual pastel to add detail, which I did on a couple of these, but I didn't do it for all of them. I just found with this paper it was a bit too textured and it was like kind of just beading up and making a mess, but I have been using these more diluted anyway. I use them the same way I kind of use watercolour pencils, so I don't really use them like straight off the stick too much unless I'm working really quick in my sketchbook. Like I say, I like these for the versatility of them, but this is more how I would use them. And I used a fine liner, which I used to draw in this kind of art style for years with the fine liner, with the little lines. But I haven't worked like this for a very, very long time, so it was a bit strange coming back to it. But it's a good way of just kind of working fast, you know, if you need to get something done quick. And this wasn't super quick, but it was really quick compared to how I would normally work. It was just slow for a swatch card, if you think of it that way. But yeah, I'm really happy with my kind of extended palette now. And this is probably going to go up on my wall, but I might try and make it into a print or a greetings card or something. A lot of my new colours I really like. I didn't have any of these kind of more neutral colours down here. I only had this one and the yellow ochre, I think, but I didn't have any of these greens or greys. But yeah, I think they look really nice together. I do really like neocolours. I think they're great if you like versatile art supplies. Yeah, the only thing that I found to be a massive pain was using a fine liner with these. Probably wouldn't do it again. It's just when you apply the colour quite saturated, you can't feel it, but it is a tiny bit waxy. It's not to the feel, like it's not going to smudge. But when you're using a fine liner, it kind of gets clogged up really easily, and it was a bit of a pain to do some of these. But overall, I'm really happy with them, and I enjoyed doing this, even though it was very time consuming for, like I say, a swatch card. It was still a ton of fun. And yeah. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video. Please, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, comment. If there's anything you would like to see on the channel, maybe you want to see me draw something with these neocolours, let me know. And yeah. So yeah, thank you for all the support and everything, and I'll catch you all soon in another video. So bye bye for now.